Hey everybody, it is April 25th. I'm Adam and this is your daily dose of today. It has been a long but very productive day today. I think I spoke 4 different times today at some of the leading companies in Canada. And thank you to Capgemini for having me out to speak today. And thank you to everybody that gave me compliments or great feedback on the sessions today. I had a great time. Thanks so much. What I want to talk about today is actually something that happened to me yesterday. And it's very fitting because I've been talking about the importance of listening to your critics. But I also want to speak today about the importance of weighing advice and sifting advice appropriately. So the scenario is, and he may watch this, so I appreciate everything, by the way. He's a big boy, he can take it. But yesterday I was having a conversation with one of my colleagues, and I was talking about this initiative because he had seen it, and talking about, what I set out to do and how I'm surprised at how honestly successful it's been compared to really what my initial hopes were. Not that I had shot low, but I really didn't have high goals set for this other than for me to do it. That was really the biggest success. But anyway, so as we're talking, he then proceeds and I told him basically my goal was to just put this information out there and to be able to help others that would absorb it, and if nothing else, eventually at some point in time and through history, my grandkids might have something to be able to go and look and listen to what their grandfather had to say about being successful, and they, it might put a smile on their face. I mean, those are pretty easy goals, and I think good goals, honestly. And how everything above that just exceeds my expectations. Anyway, so completely well-meaning, he proceeds to then tell me how to maximize my views and benefits and growth and followers and all those types of things, as if it were a media enterprise, which is not my current goals or even my long-term goals. Could be do something like that one day, but it's not an aspiration today. But what he actually did, though, was he imparted what his vision for what it is that I'm doing is, and then offered it to me as advice of things I should do. Now, granted, completely well-meaning, and so if you're watching this, buddy, I appreciate all of it. I really do. But so for me and someone of him in that place, we can sift through that advice. So the reason I'm using this because we're both big boys, we're both successful, and we practice this, right? But what I want to warn you is that the earlier me, the less successful version of me, might have misappropriated his advice, right? So his well-meaning advice, if I applied it to what my goals were, does not suit my goals. I could have actually let that shift my goals into his goals, right? And I think that what can happen as you're pursuing these goals for your business or your education or your goals in life, whatever they might be, raising a family or whatever it is, well-meaning, especially family, well-meaning family can impart, oh, you should do this, you should do this. Oh, but if you really want to do this, you should do this, and look into doing that. And before you know it, we get tired of all these things. We become dissatisfied because it's not successful, or even if it goes in a certain direction, we're not happy because that wasn't our plan for it to begin with, and it's turned into somebody else's dream. And we see this so often, I think, with well-meaning but overbearing parents on their children. They want this type of education. They want this type of life for their kids. Well-meaning, but the kids are miserable because it's not their dream. And it's tough, right? I think as parents, as friends, as coworkers, to weigh that and not impart our dreams on them. So you see it all the time at a ball field or somewhere else, parents living vicariously through their children. They're going to be that ball player they never were, or they're going to be that student they never were. They're going to be that doctor that they never got to be, right? Look, so this is both a cautionary tale of those who want to give advice and giving advice to people, but also taking it in. Respect the advice, weigh the advice, understand where the advice is coming from, but then also realize it's okay to accept the advice, appreciate the advice, but then not follow the advice, right? Weigh it all in kind. And this is a growth thing. This is something you'll have to learn as you continue to be successful on your goals. All advice is valuable, but what you do with it is actually where the most value is at. This has been your Daily Dose of Today.